guys, Broheen here from the Gamer Emporium channel. I just finished covering Paladin tanking, and now I'm going to cover Voidknight tanking. Forgive me, I'm a little bit rusty at this, but the spec goes 61 Voidknight, 15 Reavers, 0 Tempest. So if you don't want Tempest, I suppose you could do Warlord. That'll give you an extra pull, but I prefer to use Tempest just because you get the enhanced conductivity, so they'll take an additional 2%. Voidknight more or less is a very good 5-man dungeon tanking, where Paladin is a lot better for raid. So they both can be, if played right, they both can do substantially well in both situations. So in fact, I see Voidknight more often than not in 5-mans, and I see Pally more often than not in raids. I see quite a lot of Voidknight in raids too, but it's really personal preference. So there's a lot more buffs and there's a lot more utility with Voidknight compared to Paladin. So as far as the spec goes though, before I get into all the utility, it goes 61 Voidknight, 15 Reavers, 0 Tempest, as I said, 5 in Imbued Armor, 5 in Entropic Embrace, and 5 in Tempered Constitution. I'm going to take a look at some of the macros I have. See, almost every button down here is a macro except for some extra utility. So, where do I have them? Voidknight Builder, the first macro. Cast Tempest, cast Ragestorm, cast Spellbreaker, cast Reckless Strike, cast Shock Pulse. Now there's things in this macro that are going to be AoE abilities that are going to deal more damage and generate more threat. There's also going to be things in there like Spellbreaker, which are just going to ensure that you are gaining as many pacts as possible. So pacts are everything with this. You consume your pacts by using abilities obviously that consume them and do more damage depending on how many pacts are consumed. If you can notice here, look up at the buff bar quick, because I have 10 packs, all of my Accord buffs have 10 stacks. So survivability greatly increased when you have 10 packs versus 0. So packs will regenerate over time as well. I believe with this spec it does inside and outside of combat. So the finisher is just cast Devouring Blow and cast Shock Pulse, which is from the Tempest tree, so if it gets away from you, you can still do some damage. We have an Interrupt macro. Sorry, phone call. Voidknight macro for Interrupt, cast Furious Rage, and cast Shock. Let's see, the Pact Consumer macro. Show Voidstorm, suppress macrofailures, cast Voidstorm, and cast Discharge. Now these two abilities, Voidstorm, I want to read that again. Voidstorm. Yep, consumes 3 packs to deal damage up to 5 enemies in front of the warrior. So you're gonna basically with this macro, you're gonna have your cone that you hit things in, and then you're gonna have Discharge as well, which is gonna take 3 more packs. So and Discharge doesn't have a cooldown where Voidstorm does. So it does have a cooldown of 5 seconds. How about that? Let's see. And then you have some dots. If you can macro together, cast Soul Sickness and cast Blood Fever. However, you don't have to, but for the maximum DPS, you want to make sure that your dots stay up. We have a couple pulls as well that I made a macro for, which is cast Void Summon and cast Rift Summon. Both are teleports. One of them does 5 enemies at a time. The other does 1 enemy. So I believe it's Void Summon that does more at one time. I will make sure I'm telling you correct here. Yep. Void Summon does 5 enemies at a time. Teleports them to you. And Rift Summon does 1. So, other things on the bar. Unstable reaction. Basically, once you have 3 attack points and full packs, you want to use this, and it'll chain to other enemies. So I'm actually going to show you here. That's really all you need to know other than the taunts. So, usually I open with the builder, consume the packs, and then use your unstable reaction, it'll actually gain your packs back. So that's basically the rotation. So rotation, builder, constant builder. Then once you're up to 3 points, you want to use your Voidstorm and your Discharge, and then Devouring Blow if you're not using unstable reaction. So unstable reaction always comes first because it's higher DPS. If you're not using unstable reaction, then you can use your finisher macro and finish them off that way. I'll also maintain your dots, soul sickness, and blood fever. Those will help in the DPS, and then air burst and spark are down here just to you know, for your taunts. So I'm going to actually show you a couple pulls. Pull you, teleports, pull you, teleport, pull you on a taunt. Can actually discharge you. So with all the utility, can actually pull a lot of things individually, which is pretty neat in my opinion. Look at that, almost 8k DPS, and I'm in shitty gear too, so you know, with the shitty gear, that's just basically somewhat T1. So nothing too special. But that's Voidknight for you. I'll do one more pull here in case you want to see. Again, I'll run over here. You can pull with shock too. So if I shock all these enemies, make sure I got them all with an AoE taunt. Use Voidstorm and Discharge, and then use unstable reaction. And then start spamming. 10k DPS, Voidknight tank. Now granted, these are on level 55s and I am a 60. But still, compared to the Pally video that you've already seen, pretty good compared. It's about double. So, alright guys, well thanks for checking this out. Hopefully you guys like the tanking video and the style of the tanking videos. Obviously I can't just sit in Tempest Bay and teach you how to tank and show you, so I have to come out into the wild and do it on the fly, so that way I can actually go through the abilities and you can see how they work and how the utility works and whatnot. So as far as that goes, just manage your cooldowns like you would with any other tank. You'll find them, you know, here on my bar with Fusion of Flesh, Power Shield, Rift Shield, Protective Shield. You can find them in the ability page here, and manage those just like you would any other tank, and you know, manage your packs wisely. The packs are definitely crucial to how your survivability is going to end. So, alright. If there's anything else to add or anything I may have missed, please feel free to leave a comment. And again, it's been a while since I've actually done this, so I try to do my homework as best as possible. But if there was anything I missed, leave a comment, and I will be sure to add some kind of note about it or whatnot within the video, with an annotation out of YouTube. So thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, donate if you like to our cause. We'd appreciate it, and have a good day. Thanks.